Amber, no. Amber, yes. Amber, always yes. How's everyone doing?
Doing all right.
Really?
Yeah.
Glad to hear that. I'm doing.
Nice.
Yeah. Babe, hey, what's wrong? I duck and swoop to try to talk to her face to face, but Marina keeps moving around so that her back is to me. I can feel my throat tighten as the reality sets in. I screwed up bad, didn't I? Hey, Marina. I lower my voice and put my hand on her arm. She doesn't throw it off. Are you okay? The answer is obvious, but something compels me to ask anyway. Some vague hope that she's actually laughing and not crying, or that it's for reasons that have nothing to do with me. Marina shakes her head. Of course she's not okay, you moron. I berate myself. Slowly, I turn around, hoping that Cassie hasn't noticed anything that's going on. Cassie has noticed what's going on. Naturally, she's staring right at us, but when I look back, she abruptly looks elsewhere and pretends she wasn't. I think we're going to take a break, if that's cool. She peeks past me at Marina, who's just slouching like a discarded puppet.
You got it. I think I can handle the wave of traffic here by myself for a bit.
Despite the atmosphere, I can't help but chuckle.
Like I said, you two have already done a ton to help out, more than I had any right to ask. And also, I get the idea that I'm part of the problem here, too.
I open my mouth to disagree and tell her that she's wrong, but I don't, since I don't know if that's true or not. We'll come back in a bit. Cassie nods, but I don't know if that's true either. Then I turn and slink back to where Marina's waiting. Hey, can we talk? Marina doesn't react. Under my skin, I can feel myself wanting to get annoyed. How am I supposed to make this better if she won't communicate with me? Marina, you haven't even said Buster Wolf yet. Marina, are you okay? You've hardly touched your alien popsicle Rice Krispie treat. But I don't let myself dwell on that. She's the one who's hurt right now, not me. I don't need to make this about myself. Can we talk at least? I gently place a hand on her side and guide her away from the booth. She comes with me but never looks up and nearly bumps into a dozen different people. Once we're a few feet away from Cassie, I start to talk again, keeping my voice low. Okay, hey, talk to me, please. I'm sorry, I was just making a joke. I didn't realize it was going to hurt you. I may as well be talking to a brick wall for all the response I get out of Marina. Actually, strike that. At least a brick wall wouldn't look as miserable as she does. My stomach starts to turn in tighter and tighter knots as the reality sinks in. Marina's really upset, and it's my fault. Given the timing of it all, it's kind of hard to pretend that this could be for any reason besides the obvious one. It's about Cassie, right? And how I said she could come with us? Marina steps slow. I wasn't seriously inviting her. I was just kidding. I'm sure she knew that too. It's just that...
Stop, Amber. Just stop.
She comes to an abrupt halt, even though we're in the middle of a throng of people. The crowd parts around us like a river around a dam, but with more angry looks. Hands on her hips as she glares at me. The tears in her eyes are more cutting than the expression itself.
You can't just say you're sorry like that magically fixes things. You can't just say or do whatever you want and then expect me to get over it because I always do.
She glares and I feel myself wilting under her look. It's rare to see her look this upset, and the only times I've ever seen it have been my fault. My heart pounds in my chest as I remember the last big fight we had, on the road near Palm Springs. After that, I swore to myself that I'd treat Marina better. Now here she is, her eyes still watering. I rack my brain to find the words to say that can make this better, but I draw a blank. Marina. She starts walking away from the booth and into the mess of people. I stay at her side. Part of me thinks I should leave her alone to cool off before clicking by the thing I'm on my own, damn it. But even as I think that, I remember myself running off last time, wandering into the city and eventually ending up at Mariah. Mariah's a wreck of a place. I don't want to just run away again. Unless Marina tells me to go, I'll stay with her.
Are they going to go off the screen?
We walk in silence, a few inches apart. Close enough that I could reach out and grab her hand if I wanted to, if she wanted me to. But I don't.
I was hoping they'd just keep going off the screen if we took too long.
Actually. I wonder if she has some destination in mind or if we're just wandering. I don't ask. With each step, it feels like I'm missing the opportunity to say something to remedy the situation, but The right words never come to mind. Instead, my own thoughts taunt me with their uselessness. At one point, I think that Marina is going to lead us out of the convention entirely, but then she makes a left and we continue down a different part of the casino. If she's going somewhere in particular, I have no clue where. Finally, after a few minutes of silent walking, we stop outside one of the elevators.
Can we go up?
It takes me a second to realize that she's talking to me. To the top? Duh, Amber, where else would she mean? Marina nods. I force myself to smile despite how I'm feeling. Yeah, sounds fun. I see her wanting to say something, but not. She presses a button, the elevator almost instantly opens for us. A few other people climb in alongside us, and the ride to the top is once again silent. Marina and I ended up separated by a few people, and I keep an eye on her. She still just stares at the ground, but at least she's not crying anymore. I try to ignore the whooshing feeling in my stomach caused by our quick ascent. It doesn't help the feeling of worry that's already boiling in there. When the doors finally open, Marina's the first one out of the elevator. Even I, known cynic and killjoy, can't help but gasp in awe. Beneath us, the entirety of Las Vegas stretches out like an upended toy box, spilling details all across the dusty desert. We're flanked by other immense casinos and luxury buildings, but the dense urban sprawl expands all the way until a few tiny residences meet the empty sands. Thousands of people mill about down below, accompanied by what seems to be an equal number of cars that wind their way through and around the city. Up here, there's dozens of other people all crowded around the banisters, admiring the same view we are and taking lots of pictures. A few rides also adorn the summit here, with roller coaster tracks circling part of the spire and several other attractions being advertised nearby. Marina and I stand beside one of the railings, which we somehow have to ourselves. She takes in the sights with quiet awe, which is totally un-Marina-like, but at least I can see her in her eyes that she's enjoying it.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. I don't mind heights, but something about being up here makes me feel very small, even though it should be the other way around, with everything beneath us appearing tiny in comparison. You see what I mean about being able to tower over someone? And the feeling that you know that you can hold them in the palm of your hand.
Of all times, Amber.
Oh, right. Sorry, I thought... Right. Still working on that. I grasp the cold metal bar in front of us, holding onto it the same way I'd hold onto a bike's handlebars. A second later, Marina does the same thing. Her hands are close to mine, but don't touch. Yet again, I feel like I should be saying something, anything, but I don't know the words.
Amber.
Marina beats me to it. Yeah? The wind, the sounds of the people and rides, all the ambient noises of the city fade away from my notice as I focus solely on Marina.
It's not about Cassie. It's about you. Everything's always about you. What you want to do, what you want to see. Even this dumb convention that I wanted to go to, we ended up staying with Cassie the whole time.
You didn't have to stick around. She and I could have...
But I want to spend time with you, Amber.
I can hear her voice crack and I can feel my throat get tight too.
I want to do fun things with you and make memories with you. Not just wander around some stupid casino on my own. I really love you, Amber. Like a lot. A lot. But sometimes it's really hard to like you. And I know that most of the time you don't mean it. I try to just ignore it when you tease me or get annoyed or don't care about the same things I do. I know that's just how you are, and so I try not to let it bother me.
Her hand slides off the metal, and for the first time she faces me.
But it's hard, Amber. It's so hard when you treat me like your stupid sidekick instead of your girlfriend. You don't ever have any faith in me. It's like you think that I don't know anything, like I'm a little kid. And it's hard for me to speak up because I worry that you're going to get sick of me and want to go back to being alone. And I don't want that. So I just keep it all inside, but this isn't even the first time we've had a fight like this. So when we meet some stranger who's like the first person we've ever met who you actually like, and she's pretty and funny and has a lot in common with you, and you even volunteer to do all this stuff with her that if I had asked, I know you'd tease me for it. Maybe you'd do it, but you'd still tease me for it. And so I try not to let it get to me. because I'm also happy that you're making a friend, but it still does. It still gets to me that you can't just treat me the same way, like an equal. So it's not about Cassie, not really. I know you weren't actually inviting her, but hearing you say it just felt like what we have is nothing special to you, like anyone can just come join us, like anyone could replace me. So I just don't want that anymore. I don't want you to keep thinking I'm childish or immature. Just because I want to take cute pictures together or watch cheesy movies and eat ice cream or cuddle on the couch instead of going out and doing stuff. Just because I don't hate the world like you and Cassie do or act like a tough guy or click past my lines.
I'm so sorry.
And like I don't care about anything. And I don't want you to stop being that way either. I don't want you to stop being Amber. I love all of those things about you because they're what make you you. I guess I just want to feel like you love me for who I am, too. You're always just passing through places, Amber. I don't want you to just pass through my life. And so...
Whatever it is she's about to say never makes it out of her mouth. Instead, she hiccups and her breath comes out as a sob, and then she's crying again. Mare. I stumble forward and put my arms around her, feeling like I'm in a daze. Her word, she says, plunges like a dagger into my heart. Not because I think she's got it wrong, but because I know she's right. It isn't hard to think of a time where I've done the things she's upset about, even earlier today. And it isn't hard to think of lots of other times either. God, I'm an idiot sometimes. I hug Marina tightly. She doesn't hug me back, but she doesn't push me away either. I'm so sorry. I mean it too. I know that it's not adequate on its own, but I mean it. It's not hard to remember the last time we fought, where she yelled at me to stop treating her like a child. And now I've managed to do it again. Keep doing it, really. I feel tears pushing their way to my eyes. Tears of regret and anger with myself. How could I let this happen again? And again, and again, and again? I'm sorry. I say the words over her shoulder, speaking them to the emptiness below us. I know that doesn't fix anything, and that I have a lot of fixing I need to do, but I'm sorry for hurting you. There's one thing you got wrong, though, or at least misunderstood. I take a step back, disentangling ourselves, but still holding onto Marina's hands. I'm not really good at this, being heartfelt, I guess, and that's why I tease you so much, but Mare, I really do love you too for who you are. You're like my sunshine. I can feel my face turning redder with every word, but I soldier on. You make my life brighter, and I don't try to coddle you. I just don't want to see you feel sad. But I screwed that up, huh? Sniffling, Marina wipes her eyes and nose.
A little.
The tiniest, smallest trace of a smile flickers at the edge of Marina's lips. That alone sends a wave of relief rushing through me. There's still more I need to say, though. I'll try to stop doing that so much. I can't promise it'll never happen again, but I'll be more thoughtful about it. Making you sad is literally the last thing I ever want to do. So I'm sorry for doing it so often. And if eating ice cream and taking pictures and snuggling is what you want to do, then I want to do those things too. I want to do whatever makes you happy. I mean it. From the bottom of my heart, I mean it. My words seem to hang in the air between us, fighting the gusts of wind to not be ripped away. Marina's bangs hide her eyes and face. The silence stretches on and the pulsing anxiety returns with it. What if she doesn't accept my apology? After all, this was clearly something she'd been holding on to for a long time. I know that an apology is just the beginning of making things better, not the end of it. What matters is how I act from here on out, but what if she's not willing to take that chance? Could I really say that I don't deserve it? Marina? I'm afraid of what she might say. But then she laughs.
I was waiting to see if you had any other embarrassing stuff to say.
What? I laugh, sigh, and if I'm honest, sob all at once. You're such a dork. She pokes me on the nose.
But you love me.
I poke her back, then put my arms around her again. Yeah, I do. A lot. And hey, I really meant everything that I said. I am sorry, and I will do better. For real this time.
Good, 'cause I love you too.
For the first time all day, Marina leans forward and kisses me. Then she pulls back and smirks.
Seeing you cry too made it a little better.
She nuzzles into me, and for a moment it may as well be only us up here. It's starting to get late, and the sun is setting behind the Black Mountains. You know, there's not long until the convention closes. Is there anything else you want to do? Distant, excited screams reach us as the roller coaster nearby plunges around a corner.
Maybe there's one thing.
She points to one of the rides close by that isn't the coaster. A sign that advertises it as the Big Shot. Now's your... Can you...
Now's your chance to be a big shot. Be a big shot.
Be a big shot?
Be a big shot.
It's where you get strapped into a seat and then free fall really, really fast.
It's where you get strapped into a great value.
Sounds like a really special offer.
Let's go on the big shot.
Sounds like it only costs 3 easy payments of $19.95. Are you serious? After all that, the first thing she can think about is the theme park ride? I catch myself before I can go down that rabbit hole. If it makes her happy, then it makes her happy. That's all that matters.
I've always wanted to ride one, but no one will ever go with me, and there's no way I'm doing it alone. But I'm sure my girlfriend, who loves me a lot, would want to join me, right?
I'm sure she would. I let Marina pull me over to the short line to get on. There's a few people ahead of us, but the ride is short, so we move at a pretty fast pace. We watch as the current batch of riders get dropped, their screams being quickly sucked away by the wind as they fall. It's a good thing I haven't eaten much today. Are you sure about this? What if I barf over the edge while we're mid-free fall? What if there's a pedestrian down there that gets just hit by random Amber barf?
How high up would you have to be before the vomit would be lethal?
Less high than you think.
Down below. Wow, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah. Anyway, do you want to try to see if I can hit someone?
No, not really.
You sure about this?
What's the matter, Amber? Scared?
Scamber? I'm not scared. I just don't get what's so exciting about these things. I might be a little scared.
Well, you're gonna find out.
They cut off the line just before we can get on, so we'll be the first riders in the next batch. I love her little jiggle. Marina watches eagerly as the attendants strap everyone in and make sure they're secure.
When it drops, you've got to cheer with me.
Why?
Haven't you ever been to an amusement park before? 'Cause it's way more fun that way. Besides, it doesn't count if you don't.
It doesn't count for what?
For you making it up to me like you promised.
Oh, that's how this works, huh?
That's right.
She says it so sweetly that she knows I can't resist. Guess I have no choice then. The ride comes back to the starting point and the woozy passengers start to stumble off. Once it's empty, the attendants lift the gate and let us onto the ride. The harnesses fit over us like a giant belt buckle and I tighten mine until it's digging into my chest. Then I hold onto the reins for dear life. She's just passively looking out like, oh yeah, this is a pretty good day. Yeah, all right. Next to me, Marina's wiggling with anticipation. Wiggle? We get. Oh, you can't see it, but Vivian is doing a good wiggle. I take a deep breath and look down at the city below, and instantly wish I didn't. It's dizzyingly far away. The platform beneath our feet suddenly feels a whole lot smaller. The people far beneath us are like individual pixels on a screen, too small to really notice. Nearby, the guy running the ride is arguing with a mom and her small kids, so we're left sitting for longer than most. I wish we could just get this over with. I look at Marina just to avoid staring at the ground, and I'm shocked to see tears rolling down her face. Mare? Alarm bells ring in my head again. Once again, I have no idea what's wrong, but Marina sniffles and shakes her head, wiping her face with the back of her hand.
Sorry, I'm fine.
She says, even though she's half sobbing. Did you change your mind? Do you want to get off? She shakes her head again.
Really, I'm fine. I think I think it's going to take a bit, but I'm okay.
I stay quiet, not really sure what to say.
It's just, after keeping all that inside for so long, you know?
Yeah, I can't really fix everything in just a couple minutes. But I'm glad we talked about it. I want to keep working at this. She nods.
I'm glad too.
Thinking about how much I have to make up to Marina is like the drop below me right now. A little scary when I think about it, but it's literally the least I can do. It's what I already should have done. Probably shouldn't have taken me 2 tries to get the same lesson when I think about how close we came to breaking up before back in Palm Springs. We didn't, though, and we're still here. Together. And that's what's important. Finally, the guy running the ride gets the annoying lady settled in, and he heads back to the control panel. Marina manages to smile.
Ready?
As I'll ever be.
Remember, you've got to cheer.
I'll try. Marina reaches over and grabs one of my hands. I whimper as I lose grip of the harness, but Marina squeezes my hand assuringly.
I thought you said you weren't scared.
I wasn't.
It'll be okay. I'm sure that...
The rest of Marina's sentence falls away as we plummet downwards. The city below us shakes as we shoot down the needle of the stratosphere, coming to a slow stop far below. Just as I catch my breath, the ride starts to climb back up again.
Wait, was that it?
Suddenly, the ride drops again.
Amber!
She squeezes my hand as she yells my name, barely audible as the wind rushes past.
3, 2, 1.
Woo! It feels weird to scream my lungs out. I can't remember the last time I did it. Maybe never. But it's kind of cathartic, too. I try to put all the stress and worry from the past few days into my voice and get it out of me. Marina cheers along with me. Seconds later, the ride slows down and starts to ascend again. And I look over, Marina's laughing.
That was so much fun.
Yeah, it was. More than I expected, even. As the ride comes to a final stop, I wish it would keep going.
Thanks for coming with me.
I'm glad you made me do it.
Does this mean you'll try out new things with me more often?
Yeah, I'd like that. As we exit the ride, my legs still shaking, we take one last look at the view. I try to see it how Marina does, full of fun and potential. I remember feeling that way before when I was younger. It's how I knew Marina would like the lights the first time we came through this city. So when did I stop feeling that? Don't know the answer, but being up here with Marina now makes me feel like that's okay. Things can change for the better if I let them. I can change for the better, too. It's the least that Marina deserves, really. I wrap my arm around her, appreciating for the first time in a while just how much she likes to cuddle. Ready to keep going?
Always.
We head back down and return to the booth, just as it's time for the vendors to start packing up. Cassie's already halfway through pulling down the decorations. Looks like she sold a few things, but most of the goods are still on the table. Despite that, she smiles when she sees us approaching.
Hey, everything okay? Yeah, we're better now.
How's it been in here?
Not great, if I'm being honest. That sucks. People don't know what they're missing. Everything you made was so good. Thanks. Can't say I'm too surprised. It was always a pipe dream at best.
She sighs.
I can clean this stuff up myself. I don't want to take up the rest of your day, too.
It's fine. We don't mind. But she shakes her head.
Nah, I kind of need some time to think anyway.
Oh, sure. Makes sense. I'm not really sure what to say. Today's results are disappointing no matter how you look at it.
You guys should come by the shop tomorrow, though, before you leave. I'll see you off properly.
Yeah, sounds good. We'll see you then.
I squeeze Amber's hand tighter and scoot in close.
Scoot, scoot.
For some reason,
Scoot,
she's
scoot.
always cool to the touch, even in a place as hot as Vegas.
Scoot, scoot.
Is she a robot?
Beep boop. I don't know what you're talking about, Marina.
Fuck.
Marina.exe.
We stroll down
Wait, that doesn't make sense because that would mean Marina's
We stroll down the sidewalk, matching our steps so they line up perfectly.
Whoa, careful. I'm going to lose my balance.
I lean my head into her shoulder just to push her buttons a little more. Only a tiny bit. Wait, How did I not realize? The buttons should have been a dead giveaway.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you saying you're going to fall for me?
Amber wrinkles her nose and grumbles. And you say my jokes are bad.
Well, I did learn from the best.
Or the worst, depending on your perspective.
No.
I'm sorry, it's instinct.
What?
It's instinct, go.
Oh.
I tried to take your narration, and then I caught myself, and then you just stared at me for a while.
I actually didn't realize that's what was going on. My apologies.
Oh, okay.
I play with her fingers, stroking her hangnails and the rough calluses on her fingertips. The best. She looks away and tries to hide her blush. I wonder if she knows she gets as red as a strawberry when she's embarrassed.
I'm glad I'm good for something, at least.
There's a bounce in her step as she swings the gift Cassie gave us back and forth. You can try and act as grouchy as you want, Amber, but I know you're just as gushy and hopeless as I am. We turn the corner and we're back on the strip. This is my second time here and it's still totally overwhelming. New York on one side of the street, Paris on the other. It's enough to make anyone's head explode. When I first met Amber, it felt like my head was always exploding. And because of the treasure hunt, there were always so many people around it. It was intimidating. It still is, honestly, but only a little. A part of me likes it because every single person brings a spark of life to wherever they're at. Even the tipsy people going in and out of the casinos. It doesn't just make them special, it makes wherever they're at special too. That's especially true with Amber. Being with her makes everywhere special. Even if we visit 1,000 times. Just like me, she's always changing, and each time she does, I find more reasons to love her. In front of us, a dad is carrying his young daughter. Her chin is resting on his shoulder as her springy alien antenna headband wiggles back and forth. It's so adorable. Hello? I twinkle my fingers and give her a tiny wave. After a yawn, she smiles.
A lot more kids at the convention than I would have thought.
Well, duh. Kids love aliens. I love aliens.
You sure it's not just the weird kids?
Sounds like something a former weird kid would say.
With that Marina face. Hey! Aside from the obvious, I wasn't that weird. Nowhere near the weirdness level of a kid like Tess.
Take that back. Tess is a sweet, huh?
Oh no!
It hits me. Like how my brothers used to hit me in the face during pillow fights. All I could do is scream. I messed up so bad.
You good or should I just ignore this?
I turn to Amber, then grab her, then shake her. I forgot about Tess. Amber wobbles with my shaking. I can't stop. Shaking her is all I can do. There was a bad signal earlier, and then it just slipped my mind. I can't believe I did this to her. After we came all this way, too. She must be so sad. And thinking about how sad Tess might be just makes me sad. Even if I was busy with drama, I can't believe I just abandoned her like that.
Will you just relax?
No.
Okay. But just so you know, they're probably still in town. As long as you text her, it's not the end of the world.
Text. I let go of Amber and stick my hand in her pocket. After digging through wadded up dollar bills, I slide out my phone and bring up my messages with Tess. 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 I'm so sorry. I wait and wait. Eventually the little check mark showing she read it pops up, but the ellipses, the 3 dots, nowhere to be seen. Tess put me on red. Without a message telling me it's okay, all I can do is focus on how much I screwed up, how much anxiety I must have given Tess. When bunnies die, they scream. When friendships die, they're left on red. She hates me.
She doesn't hate you. You're impossible to hate.
No. I sniff back tears before they can come out because dang it, I don't want to let myself cry for the second time today. I couldn't even find her a good gift earlier. Even if I had texted her, she would still hate me for that.
Tess isn't the type of kid to get bratty because she didn't get a present.
For a girl who hoards old cassette tapes, she should know exactly why some objects are important.
Yes, some specific objects, not random ones.
Babe, it's not about the present, it's about showing that we care. Think about how sad her life must be. Do you think she's ever had a good birthday with cakes and candles and friends? I don't like assuming the worst about Joe or Mariah, and I don't. They do the best they can. It's why Mariah was after the license plate. But I think this is important for Amber to grasp. If things really are going to change with us, she needs to feel things without me telling her why she should. Amber's eyebrows wrinkle. She looks down, pursing her lips.
No, I don't. It's...
She scratches her head and avoids looking at me, all flustered.
I'd scratch my head, but I have a pair of headphones on. It's not really something I have experience with, you know? Growing up with Gramps, birthdays were always just another excuse to go someplace we would have gone to anyway.
Oh, I didn't know. Now I just feel awkward. Amber would have been in a situation like Tess's growing up too, so if you go through life like that, I guess it's something that wouldn't matter to you as much.
Do we know what Tess likes, besides license plates from stolen vehicles?
Sunflowers? She looks surprised at how fast I answered.
Like the plant?
She ends all of her texts with an emoji of them. I think they make her happy. No one can possibly hate sunflowers. They're so big and bright. Just looking at them makes you want to smile. Tess notices details like that, so I think she must feel it extra hard.
Well, I don't know what an emoji is, or whatever, but sunflowers are pretty easy to grow. They're like succulents. Just about anyone with a brain cell can do it.
She has that look on her face, the same look she would always get when we were strategizing about the next piece of the treasure we needed. You've got a plan!
I always have a plan. I have an idea.
Tomato, potato. I'm just happy you care enough to think about it. I waddle over and wrap my arms around her neck to bring her in for a hug. She doesn't push me back, but she also doesn't look thrilled.
Give me some credit, Mare. I'm not heartless.
And you're not brainless either. I bring her
Today's my day with the brain cell.
I bring her in closer and nuzzle against her cheek. She probably hates it and it's probably goofy, but hey, I'm allowed to be goofy. Come on, tell Mare Bear what's going on in your head.
We probably need to go back to the motorhome.
My arms slide off her. Isn't it in the shop, though?
Not anymore. Got the call a couple hours ago. It's good to go.
Maybe I'm psychic, or maybe I'm too suspicious of my own girlfriend, but I hope she's not gonna take advantage of this in the way I think she might. Hey, don't use this as an excuse for an early checkout.
I'm not. Jeez, we already spent the money. It'd be a waste. Even if the bed is too soft.
Why do we need an RV then?
Because I need to dust off my power tools. Power tools, Marina. Do not... Is the importance of that not manifest?
You haven't explained the rest of the plan to me, so I'm a little worried.
Why? If part of it involves power tools, it has to be awesome. I unlatch the motorhome door and keep it open so Marina can enter first. She climbs up the steps and immediately starts wiping away sweat.
It's so stuffy in here.
Because those jokers parked it in 100-degree weather. With a limp throw, I toss her the keys. She snatches them out of the air like a pro baseball player. Go turn on the engine so we can get some air circulating in here. I'll go dig out my toolbox.
Okie dokie.
Tools. You have to say it every time.
Tools.
Tools. She flies off to the driver's seat, and I begin the process of pulling everything out of various drawers and cupboards. My cherry red toolbox is more of a faded apple at this point. I suck in a quick gust of air and blow off a layer of dust. It disperses into the air as a cloud of floating particles. I brush the rest of it off with my hand, my palm stained with the blood of dust bunnies. From there, I nab a pencil off the counter and open a drawer I haven't visited in a while. It used to be the junk drawer, but now it exists to store all the boxes with that damn miner scattered across the desert. We snatched all the gold out of them almost as soon as they were open, but the boxes still remained. Take one out at random, then balance everything in my arms and drop them all on the table. Marina hops into the booth, sitting on her knees and hands resting on her chin.
Can you tell me now? You can't keep me in the dark forever.
Tools!
Tools.
Sorry. I wanted to make sure the miner's treasure boxes were sturdy enough before I embarrassed myself. They are almost 200 years old.
Okay, so what are we gonna do with the box?
First things first, you're gonna draw on it. I twirl the pencil in my fingers and then point it at her, eraser side up. She takes it, but with how she's inspecting it, she may as well be an alien seeing a spoon for the first time.
I don't get it.
You said Tess likes sunflowers, right?
Loves them.
She's really gonna make me get all sappy and say it, huh? Well, I was thinking, what if we did up the box all nice like? You can draw some pretty sunflower designs on it, then I can carve them out and sand it off. I was taking woodshop up until last year, so it's whatever. Tools!
Tools?
She stares at me, blank-faced. The AC kicks into gear as the fan starts circulating air through the motorhome. She must think it's a stupid idea, but it's the only one I've got. We can go to a nursery later and get her some sunflower seeds for growing, not eating. There might be a book on how to take care of them, too. Marina continues to stare. And she can use the box as a pot to grow it in, or not. It'd be up to her. Just thought it might mean more to her since they were after the treasure, too. And stuff. Tools.
Tools.
Can feel the blood starting to reach my ears and the rest of my face heats up. She's still staring. She hasn't said anything. It's making me extra anxious. Can you just say something? I'm going out on a really embarrassing limb here.
Sorry. I'm just surprised, I guess.
Her gaze drifts down to the box and frowns.
That's really thoughtful.
She can say that, but after everything that's happened today, I have a hard time believing there's no underlying meaning. It is a thoughtful gift. Maybe that's where the shock comes from. Did you not think I had it in me?
I know you do, but sometimes I just need reminders.
A dull pang of guilt scrapes the inside of my chest. It hurts. It really does. I didn't even know I had hurt her enough to wound her trust in me so severely. Part of me is frustrated, maybe even a little resentful. I know I mess up here and there, but I didn't know I was actively doing it. I wish we could have talked earlier. The universe would have given me some sort of sign that I wasn't being the best girlfriend I could. But crying and running into each other's arms is all just talk. It's going to take action to set things right. A lot of it. I'll be better. I promise. She rests her hand on top of my dirty one. Her smile isn't bright or cheerful or the manifestation of the sunshine I always thought it was a month ago. But it's real, and it has room to grow bigger.
You already are.
I look back with a knowing look in my eyes. Tools. While Marina makes plans for tomorrow with Tess in a texting frenzy, I'm grateful for another second chance.
The next...
Habit.
What?
Don't mind me, Mare. You can go narrate. I'll just be over here sipping my coffee.
The next day, before going to see Tess, we have another friend to say goodbye to. When we get to Sweet Tooth, Cassie's waiting for us already, and we exchange greetings as she lets us in. Hey, thanks for coming by. Sorry I wasn't really in the mood to talk last night.
It's fine.
Yeah, sorry for being weird too, by the way. Yesterday was kinda crazy.
We had tools.
Tools? I thought something might be up. Sorry if I ever made things uncomfortable, you know? What? Marina waves it off. It's okay, everything's cool now.
Marina narrates in the third person.
Cassie leads us back to the kitchen again, where we made the treats. I don't have too long because I actually have to work today, but I did want to say thank you one more time. Although, technically, it cost me my job.
What?
Just kidding, except not really. I decided I'm gonna quit.
What?
Isn't that kinda sudden? You mean after totally bombing out at the convention yesterday? Yeah, kinda. I spent a lot of money on ingredients and materials. I'm gonna be eating nothing but ramen for the foreseeable future. But I decided I can't give up, just because it didn't work out the first time. That's what I've always done. If I'm not good at something right away, I just quit. That lifestyle hasn't exactly worked out for me so far, though. So I'm gonna keep giving it my all for as long as I can. I might start traveling more, too. You two make it look pretty fun.
It's been a good time so far. But that's cool. I'm glad to hear you're going to make a change. They're going to miss you around here, though, for sure.
Oh, totally. Honestly, they'll probably be out of business in a week without me. But staying here would only prolong the inevitable. No sense staying on a sinking ship when there's a lifeboat, you know? I'll give them my 2 weeks, but then after that... She makes a zooming motion with her arm. I'm out of here.
Zoom!
Maybe I'll run
wanted
into
to
you
join
two
in.
on the road out there.
It looked fun.
I hope so. We can meet up and swap road stories and share pictures. Yeah, I'd like that. Huh. It's totally said this was a Marina
It said
narration
this was
scene, but
Marina.
it's totally an Amber narration scene.
I clear my throat. Speaking of the road, Marina shifts beside me, standing up a little straighter.
About time to be getting back on it?
Yeah, I think so. Hope that's not too sudden.
Nah, not at all. I figured you were on your way out the door soon. I still need to get ready for my shift, too.
Cool. Although, hey, I glance at Marina, who peers back at me curiously. You should let us have your number. I've been thinking about maybe getting a phone.
Amber!
With explosive speed, Marina goes from leaning against me into a full-on hug, with that trademark intensity that I love so much about her. I've just been thinking about it, like, isn't it just another tool?
Yeah, let's go with that.
See? Like, and that, like, look at all these kitchen tools.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, when I thought about it that way, it made so much more sense.
The phone is even a power tool. You plug it into the wall and everything.
Wow, I never considered
Tools.
that. Can you get one that is hand-operated? I prefer that over Cassie smirks, but to her credit, doesn't make the obvious joke about asking for her number.
Sure thing. I'd love to stay in touch.
She and Marina quickly trade numbers, and I promise to send a message once I have a phone of my own set up. The three of us are headed for the front door when suddenly Cassie jolts to a halt.
Oh, I almost forgot.
Forgot what?
Give me like 2 seconds.
You can have several, if you would like. She hurries back to the kitchen, leaving Marina and I alone. A few seconds of silence pass before we look at each other and laugh. Tools.
Ho 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 ho. Hee 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 hee.
Kitchen tools? Candy tools.
Tools.
Tools. Well,
Okay then.
Marina browses through the shelves while we wait. She snoops through the mixed chocolates and inspects the jelly bean flavors. She spots the basket that has the scorpion embedded candies in them and peers over the edge curiously, using her phone as a flashlight. Its beam hits the contents.
Ah!
Seconds later, she scrambles away like one of them was going to sting her.
Oh my god, gross.
I start to laugh, but then when she stands up, my breath is stolen. The overhead lights are off, although a decent amount of light still streams in through the candy-painted windows. The sunlight hits Marina's hair at just the right angle to make it sparkle, and when she catches me looking, she just smiles, her whole face lighting up too. The last time we left Las Vegas, it was the lights from the city illuminating Marina's face that I remember. I know that this time, in the future, it'll be the other way around.
What are you looking at, punk?
You, cutie.
Amber.
You are a cutie, though. Confirmed for cutie.
Yeah, that's true. I know what I have.
She swats at me, but I grab her hand and lace our fingers together. What? It's true. I tug her towards me for a quick kiss, and then she skips away a couple of steps.
Who's the dork now?
I guess we both are.
I can live with that.
Confirmed dorks. The kitchen door suddenly crashes open.
Okay, I'm back.
She's carrying 2 large items.
Here, a token of my sincere gratitude and thanks.
She sets down one bag, then hands me a heavy package that's been quickly wrapped in pink tissue paper and secured with rubber bands.
Actually, it might end up being more like a curse or torment. Go ahead and open it.
I hand the gift to Marina, who greedily grabs at it with claw-like hands. She threads through the paper, leaving confetti-like scraps on the ground and nearly dropping the whole thing in the process. In seconds, she's fully unwrapped the present and holds it so we both can see. It's a glass bottle with red and white stripes like a candy cane running up and down it. The liquid inside is a muddled color that it can't decide if it wants to be pink or not. Off the vine, peppermint wine, reads the label. I'm horrified.
Ooh.
Marina, I don't mean to alarm you, but that's not tools. But to Marina, it looks like Cassie may as well have offered her another piece of gold.
This is for us? Yep, farewell, guys.
Are they even of drinking age?
Don't worry about it.
I think Amber
not?
is at this point, right? Or is she 20? No way to know.
Fair warning, it's been sitting in the back for God knows how long. Boss brought it in for some promo event forever ago. But anyway, it's wine, so isn't it supposed to get better with age, or something like that?
Something like that. I'm dubious of wine to begin with, and the idea of adding peppermint just makes it sound even worse. But Marina is clearly dying to try it, so I'm sure I'll end up drinking some later tonight.
Here, this will make it a bit less obvious.
She hands Marina a Sweet Tooth branded shopping bag made of heavy paper and a late handle.
Also this.
The second bag she passes to Marina is a plastic sack absolutely full of gummy peach rings.
You're a saint, Cassie. I don't know about that, but you're welcome.
Marina places both of her new treasures in the bag that Cassie gave her. Thank you for everything.
Pleasure's all mine, believe me. You two have given me a lot to think about.
We step out the front door into the sunlight, Cassie following behind Marina and I. She locks the door behind us. Finally, we've reached the hardest part. The part where the three of us stand there, nobody knowing who should say goodbye first. I take charge and clear my throat. So.
Yeah, so. It was good to see you again, and it was really nice to meet you, Marina. It was nice meeting you too. Sorry I was such a downer at first. It's fine. No hard feelings, right? Definitely not. Cool.
A second passes, then Marina darts forward to give Cassie a quick hug. Cassie's momentarily stunned, but then she smiles and hugs Marina back.
Sorry, I should have asked if you're the hugging type first. I just needed that hug energy.
I'm not a hug type. I'm actually normal fire.
Oh, okay.
Odd combination.
It's cool, I am.
They separate, and then Cassie faces me. I'm not the hugging type. Instead, I offer my hand, which Cassie shakes with a grin.
I figured.
It was good to see you too. I hope we'll run into each other again sometime.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that we will. A road trip does sound kind of nice.
Well, until then.
Take care. See you guys later.
Oh, she gets a full panorama shot. That's so nice. Aw. She's got her jert and her jert and her Joe in her hair.
I think to me it kind of looked like that was more of a dress.
More of a dress? Yeah, a dress?
Yes,
yeah.
It's hard to say, but it's important to get the terminology right.
Yes, exactly. And again, we just have to admit, both of her arms are normal sized at this point, so we're safe.
We're safe
for now.
Gotta get the loathing taxonomy correct.
This is terrible. Cassie waves, and as we start to walk away, she keeps waving. When we cross the road and look back, she's still waving. She waves until she's out of sight. A moment later, I double back just to check, but she's already gone. I don't know if that'll pick up.
Probably not. Tess, I'm so sorry. Tess.
Amber shuffles around behind me. Her voice is like a whisper.
Amber. Wow, Amber's in the third person now.
Jesus Christ, help me out here.
Amber shuffles around behind me. Her voice is like a whisper. I think she's trying to make up for all my crying.
Babe, you're making a scene. Didn't Tess message you last night and say it was okay to drop by?
Yeah, but that doesn't make forgetting about her right. The same bag Cassie gave us the wine in swings from my other hand. Except, now it's stuffed with confetti paper and has Tess's presents in it.
I think she'll understand. Now, can you lower the volume? You're going to wake up the other weirdos who sleep in casino parking lots.
Takes one to know one.
Yeah, that's why I said other.
Okay.
I wasn't... I realize... I know what I am.
Okay.
Tools.
I soften my knock a little. Their RV is just as big of a monster as it was a month ago, but being surrounded by other big RVs in an even bigger parking lot makes it not as scary. The only thing that's scary now is how I must have disappointed her. With a click, the door unlocks. The stepping stool slides up with a hum. Amber steps away. Way away. Tess cracks the door, poking half of her big ol' head out. Marina. I swing the door the rest of the way open, climb up the steps, and lock her into a hug. Happy birthday, Tess! As I squeeze her, I lift her off the ground and twirl her around. She can't weigh more than a cat. I could do this for hours. It's great! While spinning, I catch a glimpse of Joe raising an eyebrow. By the time I spin around again, he's grinning. I'm so sorry I forgot to meet up with you. Can you forgive me? You mean you really didn't forget on purpose? Huh? Why would I ever do that? That'd be such a mean thing to do on your birthday.
I like how Marina's still there, just gently tugging Tess back and forth.
I plop her back down on the ground. She looks away as she comes up with words to say. I'm freaky. Maybe I scared you. What? Who made you think that? I will kick their butt up and down the strip. You're way too nice, sweetie, but I wanted to make sure I saw you at least once. Tess has never really been very expressive, and that's okay because we're all different, but her eyes look like they're shining as she stares up at me. She rushes back in for another hug. No one. Thanks for coming. Usually she's pale, but right now her face looks pink, a little puffy. It's new. Just like the invisible dog tag necklace she's wearing that's not on her Sprite. Kids really do grow up fast.
She got it partway through the game. Come on now. It'll be egregious if we see it on Joe's Sprite still.
We will. What's that?
Tools.
She breaks away and points at the bag in my hand. Oh, you interested? I dangle it over her and tease. No kid can resist presents, not even Tess. It might be a little something for you. Might. That's okay. You don't have to lie. Wait, no. They're actually your presents. I mean it.
I'm sorry I lied about the tools.
Her eyes get huge. I think she notices she was staring, because after a couple seconds she looks away and her pink cheeks get even pinker. Cutie. You don't have to lie.
Come on now, kid. Tell the truth. You really brought those presents here for me. Mine. Check out these dog tags I'm not wearing.
Check out this visible non-existent dog tag.
Pretty cool, right?
These dog tags have a special property that when you put them on somebody else, it looks like you still have them on. Optical camo.
Is that camouflage? I guess.
Aw, Joe, you're great, but I barely even know you.
Oh, that's gonna leave a mark.
I smile at him, just a little teasing. Sometimes you can tell someone is a good person just by looking at them, like with Amber. And I think Joe is the same way. He gets brownie points for looking after Tess at least. We both lean in for a quick hug. I can tell he's not trying not to squeeze me too hard, but his muscles still somehow squeeze through his baggy jumpsuit. It's good to see you, Joe.
Nice to see you too, Marina. It's been a minute. Amber not with you?
I point my thumb at the door. Oh, she's just outside.
Oh.
I whisper, don't want her hearing me. Just a little nervous, you know?
I'm not.
Amber yells from outside. Oops, guess I wasn't quiet enough.
Wait, hold on. I'm not. I think I understand the situation.
Joe walks over and sticks his head out the door.
Relax, it's safe. Mariah is AWOL right now. She never came back last night. Oh, thank God.
Aren't you worried about her, Joe?
She's like a cat. She'll come back when she's hungry.
Amber stomps up the steps and gives a relieved sigh.
Hey, you guys. Hope we weren't interrupting anything.
She drops my heels at my feet and puts her arm around me. Dang, she's smooth.
No, you're fine. We're just winding down after the convention. You ladies went, right? Sure did. Got to smell every type of nerd under the sun.
Amber's hand drops down to wrap around mine.
A Field Guide to Nerd Sense by Amber Golly. It was a good experience, though.
We both smile, and if it wasn't for the fact that it'd be really awkward for the other two, I'd just keep staring into her eyes.
Marina, I've got something very important to tell you.
What?
Tools.
Speaking of the other two, Tess is just standing here now. She always gets left behind in these conversations. I hope she doesn't feel left out. Nudging Amber, I glance at her, then Tess. Her, Tess. Her, Tess.
You see that?
I do.
That's so cute.
Get the picture, Amber. She finally gets the idea and looks down at her. Amber isn't even that much taller than me, but when Tess looks up at her, it reminds me of Jack and the Beanstalk. The silence is almost as awkward as they are.
So, I hear you're the kudere type? Amber, I told you not to tell her that to her face.
Yes.
What did you do?
Where?
At the convention.
I cried.
Oh, happy birthday.
Oh my god, I have to stop this. Cried? Does that mean you didn't have a good time? I crouch down to meet Tess again, but this time I boop Amber out of the way with my butt. Seriously, she has no idea how to talk to kids.
Oh, you booped me. That's nice.
I felt a lot about a little. I look to Joe for answers, but Amber has already beaten me to it. If anything happens to this precious angel, there will be heck to pay. Heck!
Translate. We both did a little growing up. That's all.
That doesn't sound like a good time to me. Alrighty. Did you see how I was able to talk in big text there?
How did you do that?
I know, right?
God.
I just adjusted my font size up by like 4 whole points.
That's weird that you know how to do that. That's not that weird.
All 3 of them jump back a little. Maybe I should have used my inside voice. That settles it. Me and you are going to do something fun while we open your gifts. Tess tilts her head. Just us? Uh-huh. Only as long as you want to. She nods her head so fast I'm scared it might roll off. Is that okay, Joe? We won't go very far, just along the strip.
It's all fine and dandy to me. Treat her to a better time than I could, will ya?
It's a deal. If Amber had more than 2 eyebrows, she would still be raising all of them. What a worrywart.
I'll raise your eyebrows.
Please? She grumbles or grunts. A gruntle. Please? Another gruntle. She closes her eyes. Her forehead is pulsing like a heart that's had too much coffee. But that might just be because she drinks too much coffee.
Impossible. My coffee's gone.
Pretty please with your favorite bribe on top? She gives a defeated sigh, then smirks.
Just don't get roped into any poker games.
It's a deal. Or it's a deal that I won't make a deal. But okay. Amber cringes, but there are no take-backsies in love, so she doesn't do any complaining. I can be as cringe as I want.
Oh no.
She pats Tess's head once. It makes a thud sound.
All right, Marina, I'll say the magic words for you, okay? Fine, I guess you are my little pog champ. Amber, that's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Thump.
Keep her out of trouble, kid.
Tess gives a salute, but I just poke my tongue out at Amber.
In the meantime, how about you and me get into trouble? That's your attempt at flirting with me. I'm kicking your ass. I'll let you think whatever you want, but I was talking about Mariah's beer stash. Since she's not here, we have it all to ourselves. Oh, hell yeah. Let's drink all of her imports. I knew we had a connection.
I hope she doesn't have too much fun. I still want to try Cassie's peppermint wine.
Gonna get day drinking. So, Joe, how do you feel about tools? Let me tell you about tools.
Those 2 get along well. Tess watches them as they scramble to the fridge. God, even when she's just looking at something, she's cute. I need my Tess fix, so I bring in close for another squeeze. Not as well as us, though. You ready to see the sights? She wedges her arm out of my cobra hug and pumps her fist in the air. Oh. Oh.
Marina, don't call the... Never mind.
Me and Tess stop underneath one advertising a sushi place. The window is lit up. It's so pretty, like Christmas in the desert. Oh. We walk a little further and stop under a green sign. This one is for a movie theater. A group of friends around my age stare at us and snicker under their breaths while walking into the theater. What do they know? Vegas sure is pretty, huh, Tess? And everything is always open. Back home, all the stores closed at 5. Same. Not that there was anything to do except go to youth group and pretend to have fun. Youth group? Is that a gang?
Yes. But no, yeah,
It's just not possible. No one can be this adorable. For what I'm pretty sure is the millionth and second time today, I dragged Tess into a hug. She's nothing but skin and bone, but she's still somehow soft? She's such a mystery. God, you are impossibly cute. How do you exist? I don't know. No one knows. It's a very existential question. But an honest one. Oh, you're so cute I could just eat you up. That's cannibalism. Even if it is, she keeps letting me hold her, only blinking while I continue to squeeze, twirl, and hug. So, Tess. So, Marina. Where do you want to eat? Why? Because it's your birthday, duh. You need to be treated. I see. Tess puts a finger to her chin like a wise sage. Sis showed me some buffets we can sneak into. How about we get food through not scary legal ways, Kay? What are you teaching this child, Mariah? Why do you corrupt her fragile mind like this? No money. Girl, I got you. My treat. Thank you for your pity. It's not pity, silly. I'm doing this for the same reason we got you a gift. You're my friend and I care about you. Friends. She says it like the word is new to her, and for her sake I hope it's not. That's right, there are tons of places to eat around here. Do you see anything you might like? Tess spins around in a circle, stopping right where she began. Option paralysis. Want me to choose?
Why does she know that phrase?
She just goes on Wikipedia all day.
Apparently.
She nods. Okie dokie, let's see. I scan the perimeter, like a spy, or just a very hungry girl. Tess is right though, there are so many places to eat. You could be here for a whole year and not get through everything. Guess there's only one way to handle this. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by its... Oh, that one! I grab Tess by the hand and pull her behind me. Her feet drag on the concrete as I rush down the sidewalk. Here! Tess looks up at the purple and baby blue neon sign. It's of the abominable snowman, and his teeth are waffle cones instead of fangs. Yeti face. Yep, I forced Amber to take me to one of these in Tucson. Is that how you say that? I forget.
Yeah.
You can only have so many diner shakes before craving something new, you know? She stares at the poster in the window. A fluffy pink block sits in a paper bowl, a green spoon sticking out of it. Ice cream? Kinda, sorta, not really. Snow cone? It's like the cousin of the snow cone. I don't get it. Neither do I, but once you try it, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. Tess gets quiet, real quiet. She looks at the ground and kicks an old wrapper drifting by. Do you think they have mint? On your mark. We sit on the edge of the bench. Get set. Tess grips her spoon. I bring the bowl closer to me. It gives me a speed advantage. Go! We plunge our spoons into the flaky snow. Tess digs out about a teaspoon, but mine looks like it's holding as much as a shovel could. I opened my mouth so right a train could run through it, then chomped down on the spoon. Tess slips hers between her lips. The creamy strawberry flavor takes over my entire mouth. All I want to do is savor it. But there's a contest to win. Tess is already diving in for another spoonful. Drat! Time to use my trump card. I pick up my pace. Before she's even done chewing, I have my own spoonful in my mouth. It's my special scooping technique. Come on, come on, come on. How long is it going to take? It happens. My head feels like it was just hit with a snowball. This cold would even be too much for a polar bear. Tess winces and clutches her head. That was close. It was almost a photo finish. I win.
Were they racing to get brain freeze first?
It's hard to celebrate when there's a blizzard in your skull, but I still pump my fist in victory. She sounds hurt, and I can't tell if it's because of the pain in her head or the pain in her heart. That's okay, it just means you have more brain to freeze than me. They were racing to get brain freeze.
It's really... Yeah, you know what? That's a Marina thing to do.
Yeah, that tracks. The size of Antarctica. Think bigger, like Alaska. Whoa.
Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna.
I'm only half joking, too. Tess is pretty smart. Still, I'm happy she's still silly enough to do brain freeze contests with me. Amber always eats like a turtle. So, how is it? Tess's treat is an aqua green. Honestly, it sort of looks like toothpaste. It's more like snow than ice cream. It's flaky, but still melts. I like it. Yay, I knew you would. How's yours? Delicious? Wanna try? She eyes my bowl. Her face bunches up like she's thinking hard. It's strawberry. That's a problem. I've never had strawberry flavor anything before. What? She flinches. I almost rocket out of my seat and into outer space. That's crazy. You have to try it now. It's almost as good as chocolate or s'mores. Tess looks at the bowl like it's something strange, something unnatural, like it might eat her instead.
Nom nom nom.
Will you try mine too? Sure, it'll be like a trade. We wipe off our spoons and take turns getting a scoop out of each other's bowls. To prove to Tess that I'm not trying to trick her or anything, I take the first bite. It's a little overpowered by the leftover taste of strawberry. Actually, it's really overpowered by the taste of strawberry. It's as strong as Amber's mouthwash. Weird, weird, weird. Convinced that I'm not trying to poison her, Tess eats hers next. Her face puckers. It's very sweet. I should have realized how these would mix. Oops. Not a great flavor combo, huh? Like Sis and Amber. It's so true, I can't help but laugh. Sorry, babe.
You alright there? You need a tissue? Nah, I'm good. Just hand me another one of her imports.
Tess doesn't laugh, but she does smile a little. I don't think she realizes how funny she is. Yeah, I'm not really feeling the mint right now either. Still glad I tried it, though. Even if you didn't like it. Well, yeah, because maybe I'll try it again sometime and change my mind. And even if I don't, I still have the experience.
Change my mind.
That's what makes new things so exciting. I give her a smile, but she doesn't seem very assured. She grabs her necklace and doesn't let go. New things make me nervous. Can't blame you there. When I left home to go treasure hunting, I was crazy nervous. Anxious? I can't tell. I shoot her a wink. That's because I'm really good at hiding it, but every day there's at least one thing that makes me a teeny bit nervous. Heck, I was nervous all of yesterday. Your life sounds terrifying. I don't know about that. Maybe a little uncertain, and that can be scary, but I think that's all the more reason to face them head on. Even with all this gold, there's still a lot of uncertainty. Things like what I'm going to do with the rest of my life, or whether me and Amber are going to be okay a month from now, are always going to follow me. But I'd rather be certainly unsure than unsure if I'm certain. I love my family a whole lot, but back in New Mexico I felt cramped, squeezed, suffocated. Yeah, that one! So even though I love them, just being there made me nervous. It felt like things would never change, like I would never change. Tess patiently noms on her snow cream while listening. My own bowl is starting to get a bit too liquidy for my taste, so I take a few more bites. On the other hand, my mind would get all foggy when I thought about leaving. I knew my life at home wasn't bad, but there was always a part of me thinking. Thinking what? That I could make it better. Is it? Dunno yet, but like with your mint thingy, I'm glad I did it, because it's better than doing nothing. Even if my dad says it's irresponsible. I do the bunny ear quotes and already feel 1,000 times more like Amber.
Sorry, I think I'm getting down with something.
Tess looks down at her bowl. It's almost empty. Chain. Down the street, a man in a sparkly tuxedo is climbing a ladder in front of the movie theater. He has a box of letters with him and is replacing the tiles on the marquee with new ones. I wish I could change. But I like you just the way you are. Her eyes get just as wide as the bowls. She scoots closer to me. Some parts of me are okay, maybe. Others aren't.
Oh, I see her tool now. The one, see, you can see the hand.
Oh, the Crevel.
The Crevel, yeah. Oh, I never noticed it before.
I already read the line.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
It breaks my heart that she feels that way about herself, but I think I get it. Well, you don't have to leave home and start dating a stranger you met on the side of the road. Actually, you probably shouldn't. Noted. But instead, it can be like a gradual thing. The little differences are the biggest ones. Aren't the biggest differences the biggest ones? Isn't that what makes them big? You're too young to be this lateral. Literal. That too. Amber might not know how to talk to her, but Tess really does act like a tiny version of her sometimes. Anyway, just take it one day at a time. Neither of us are gonna change overnight. No one does, not me or even Amber. It's an effort, always and forever, and that's fine. Very frustrating. Only if you think of it that way, but to me it just means that we're always becoming better versions of ourselves. Tess goes quiet, and I hope that means my rambling made sense and I didn't just bore her. I think personal experience is the best way to grow, but looking back, I really wish people would have told me these things too. Still, I take that as a sign that it's time for us to move this conversation along. I hoist up the bags with her gifts in it and set it on my lap. So, you ready to open presents? Her head perks up like a dog that just saw a squirrel. I am prepared. That's what I like to hear. I hand off the bag to her. She grabs it by the handles and lets it dangle awkwardly in front of her. Hope you're okay with tissue paper this time. I'll try wrapping it next year. She doesn't seem very bothered by it. Instead, Tess peers into the bag, looking for any small glimpse it might offer. Go on, open it. I smile to reassure her that she's not going to get into trouble and that there's no wrong way to open a present.
Oh, there's no wrong way to open a present, is there? Looks at the gift bag, takes out a knife.
With great caution, she takes one sheet out at a time and sets them on the bench. A couple end up blowing down the sidewalk. She finally gives me what I've been waiting for since she finished this last night, and reaches her short arms all the way in, then lifts the box out. Etched into the lid and sides are the sunflowers that I drew and Amber carved out. The wood, once splintering and rough, is now smooth and glossy. Amber really went all out on it. She sanded it, painted it to look like cedar, and then she even gave it a fresh coat of primer. Amber, who knew?
Oh my god. You sure you don't want like some cold medicine or something? You know what? Let me try that. It'll be a good chaser for this for this imp.
Washing down the Modelo with a bottle of Robitussin. Where did you get this? Tess brushes her fingers over the sunflowers, then moves them to her name. We carved it in one of the corners. I wanted it to be bigger, but Amber said it would be too gaudy. Looking at it now, I think I agree. Me and Amber made it last night. We used one of the boxes we found the miner's treasure in. It looks real, like it's professional. Would it be fake if it didn't look professional? Yes, it wouldn't exist. I snort out a laugh. It reminds me of something my older brother Devin said when he got his wisdom teeth pulled. Stuff about how people stop existing when they aren't in front of him. Amber's to thank for that. I only drew the design. She did all the hard stuff. It was all her idea, too. So she's secretly nice. The nicest. She's just always nervous, and it makes her crabby. It's more complicated than that, but I don't want to bore Tess with our drama. Look inside. Tess fiddles with the latch we added and opens up the lid. She takes out a little pocket guide and a pack of seeds. This will let me grow sunflowers? Figured since you're getting older, you might want something that can grow with you. She sets them back down in the box, then sadly shuts the lid as if it were a coffin. What's wrong? Do you not like it? I love. This is my first birthday getting gifts. It feels good, but it also feels bad. First birthday with gifts? Tess, you're actually going to make me cry. How can presents make you feel bad? 'Cause I've been lying to you. She bows her head and takes a breath. My real birthday is actually tomorrow.
It was peaceful within the trio's RV. Not a creature was stirring, not even a louse. Joe rested in his favorite spot on the couch, the cushions arranged to just how he liked them. Not far away, Tess sat with a small smile as she read through Marina's most recent texts. Serenity and quiet were rarely found in a place like this. The silence was about to be shattered.
Wake up, you slackers. You got work to do.
The door hadn't even finished being kicked open before Mariah had begun shouting. She strolled in with the self-confidence that only alcohol can bring. One hand dangled 2/3 of a six-pack, from the other a bag full of junk. Both rattled as she slammed them onto the table. Where you been?
It's been an entire day.
His goggles were pulled down over his eyes, blocking sunlight and the rest of the world from his vision. As long as he didn't remove them, he could pretend that Mariah was just a disembodied voice, not really there.
Tracking down all the spots in Vegas that give out free booze.
Where the heck did you sleep?
Dunno. Woke up in a bathroom at the Bellagio.
You're a real Renaissance woman, Mariah. Didn't know they sold beer at the swap meet.
Don't gotta tell me twice. Here, I found this junk for the squirt.
Sounds really sentimental. But he raised his goggles all the same and leaned in to see what Mariah had brought. Tess also watched, her curiosity piqued. Mariah tossed the junk unceremoniously. Tess barely caught it. She set it down on her lap. It took her a moment to register what she was looking at. A glistening strip of metal with letters fresh and legible. The word Kansas was stamped up on top in a pattern of sunflowers. Did you have that one yet?
Nope, I've been looking. You got them all now? Not yet. But this one's got a sunflower on it. That makes it better, right?
Tess looked at the license plate, then she looked at her desperate sister.
It does.
It's going to be hard to get the U.S. Virgin Islands. Or Guam. It was true. Other than the red bandana on her head, this was the only gift her sister had ever given to her. It could have been a license plate she already had, and it would still have been precious. It's too bad, Mariah. The first nice gesture you've ever done, you were to beat to the punch by Amber and Marina again.
What do you mean by that? Hey, Squirt, what does he mean by that? They gave me a gift.
She pointed at the counter across the room. Her personalized box was opened, already filled with damp soil.
I grow sunflowers now. You're kidding. You actually took it. Those thieves probably stole it. They made it for me special.
Tess purposely avoided mentioning it had been crafted from one of the boxes the miner's treasure had been found in. It would make things more complicated and louder.
Don't break it. Why the hell would I want to break your crummy little... Promise. Don't break it.
Mariah looked down at Tess, as she did with most people. Her sister's usual blank eyes were firm and fixed on her. Heaving a heavy sigh, Mariah placed her hand over her chest.
I, Mariah Pastorius, swear on my old hag mother's grave that I won't break your dumb box that's objectively less cool than the license plate I got you. Even when you're drunk.
Mariah resisted the urge to cross her fingers, her toes too.
Even when I'm drunk. There, you happy?
Tess nodded.
Anyway, enough of that garbage. What I've got here in this bag is going to change the course of our lives forever. The scum sucker I bought this garbage off of had no idea what they had.
Mariah cackled. The sound like beer cans rattling in the trash. She untied the bag and poured everything on it onto the coffee table. It was a collection of necklaces and jewelry, earrings and false teeth. If it was shiny, Mariah wanted it. Sunlight snuck in through the RV's tinted windows, bouncing off the assorted trash Mariah had collected. The spell was broken by Joe's words. He ignored Mariah's flurry of insults as he crawled forward to inspect the treasure more closely.
You watch your filthy hands. Every second your finger touches that thing drives its value down.
I don't think it's going to be much of a loss. Stuff isn't worth squat to begin with.
What?
Mariah's squawk would put a parrot to shame.
The only thing here that ain't worth squat is you. Maybe you should put those goggles back on, because there's clearly something wrong with your vision.
What do you think, kid? Tess climbed out of her cot like a monkey swinging off a tree. She began sorting through the pile of bad choices.
Pyrite. This is worthless. And this. Oh, this is pretty, but it's trash too.
Silence returned to the RV once more, but this time it wasn't peaceful. Instead, it was the calm before the storm, which Tess thought would surely take the form of smoke from her sister's ears. Mariah's reply began as a primal scream that shifted into something more.
What do you mean by trash? This is a genuine treasure, and it's worth at least...
At least what? Just how much did you pay for all this? Mariah mumbled her response. What?
She said $300.
What? Where the hell did you get that kind of money?
I had about 99 cents left over, so I hit the slots, and guess what?
No.
My legendary good luck kicked in, and I won the small jackpot.
For real, Mariah? That's amazing. Our money issues are solved.
Then I spent it on the treasure.
Joe just sighed. You just destroyed every piece of good karma you got from getting your sister a gift.
Well, if someone had given me my fair share, then I wouldn't have had to settle for something like this.
No, you would have ended up wasting even more money.
It's not a waste if it makes more money, and you'd know that if you...
A relative peace returned to the RV, even if it was far from silent. It was loud and it was noisy, but it was a familiar chaos. That alone counted for a lot to Tess. She watched as they bickered, Mariah's voice rising and falling like a siren while Joe maintained his cool composure. Even if they didn't always feel like a family, Tess knew what they were. Even now, Mariah was planning their next heist, spelling out just how to turn this loss into another gain. It rarely worked, in fact, almost never, but maybe that was okay, Tess thought. Life had its downtimes. It was mostly downtimes, but sometimes things were up. There was Marina to text and license plates to collect. There was plenty to look forward to. She hugged her new license plate tightly, breathing in its smell of time and experience. It was a reminder of a bigger world out there and many more sights to see. It wasn't much, but for now, it was enough. Protect that smile! Also, I hope that rain isn't picking up on the mics.
Hope not. We'll see.
Yeah, it'll be fine. I still can't get over the fact that this thing has a keyboard on it. It's like a tiny computer. Wild! You called it a BlackBerry? Wow, this must be cutting edge.
Babe, please. Phones haven't had keyboards since I was in middle school.
Huh? Why'd they stop? This is cutting edge stuff. I flipped the clamshell phone open and shut, a number pad on the front, and a keyboard on the inside, each with a corresponding screen. 2 screens!
Well, if you've been listening to cassette tapes all your life, I guess it would seem like it.
That's so many screens, Marina. This is the best tool I've ever gotten.
Yeah, most of yours have 0 screens, right? Tools.
She gives me a smile that's brighter than any of the lights outside the hotel window. Combined with the rare sight of her hair completely down, it's like seeing a whole new Marina.
I'm happy you like it.
I slink back into my chair and pray that my face is only getting red because of how much of Cassie's terrible peppermint wine I've had. Between that and depleting Mariah's beer stock, I must be a bigger heavyweight than I thought. Yeah, well, it was about time I got one. Stubbornness for the sake of stubbornness just makes you lose track of the important things.
Oh, so you admit you were being stubborn.
Marina's eyebrows bounce up and down. She wiggles closer to my chair, her glass of wine sloshing around in her hand. Don't give me that. I confess up to my mistakes. When I feel like it. She giggles. It's genuine and it's a relief.
Speaking of mistakes...
But that genuine smile dissolves into genuine distress.
Can we talk about how your phone looks like it was bedazzled by a homeschooled 12-year-old?
It's a mean thing to say about Tess.
Oops, sorry, Tess. I meant homeschooled 10-year-old.
It's true, though. Craft jewelry and plastic gemstones have been glued to it with a paste mixture of what I can only assume is pixie dust and glitter. But calling it that is a little harsh. It's barely noticeable.
That is the least Amber phone.
I love it! It's not Amber at all! It's perfect! It's not that bad. It's character. Besides, your phone is all girly, too.
My phone is cute. This one just...
A grimace casts her face in shadow.
disturbs me.
Be as disturbed as you want. I'm as much of a bargain hunter as I am a treasure hunter, and this thing was a steal.
I see, so it was the cheapest phone.
Yep.
Okay, I take that back. This is very Amber.
A newer phone would have cost way too much, and we already had to buy a new one for Marina a couple weeks ago. Though I get the vibe that the staff at the store was glad to see it go. They brought it out on a throw pillow, like they had a shrine in the back for it.
I guess I'll just have to count my blessings and take this as a victory for now.
Oh, whose victory is it? I press the big circular button on the front and a flash goes off. When my vision settles, Marina's pupils are as big as her head.
What?
New wallpaper. In celebration, I give the phone a little shake. A shade of pink sizzles across her face. She lunges at my phone but stops herself when she realizes her wine is starting to spill.
No fair. You can't just do that, Amber. I'm in my jammies, not wallpaper material at all.
That's funny because I seem to recall you doing the same thing.
Don't you even.
Multiple times.
Delete it.
Her voice is hoarse and husky. A futile intimidation tactic. She has no power here. How about I send it to you instead?
Amber, no. If you do, I'll have to send you a bunch of texts until I can't see it anymore.
Dang, sucks. I'll have to put you through that.
Amber.
I flip open the phone and stare at the screen. Oh, it's a selfie. Do I really have a double chin? Marina leans in and plants a kiss on my cheek. She snatches the phone and tosses it on the bed behind us.
No, and even if you did, it would just mean there's more of you to love.
She finishes her little gambit by sliding onto my lap. Something tells me this was her plan all along. The chair is only for one person, but it's big and cushy enough to fit the two of us. Most of the furniture in this room is. Marina is always heavier than I remember. The weight of her thigh alone is big enough to cut off the blood flow to my lower body. But I like it. She's warm like a pillow that I just want to squeeze. I practically melt whenever she's close like this. Raising a glass, she smiles an expectant smirk. Oh, what the hell? This stuff is liquid trash fire, but I'm enjoying myself too much to kill the mood. I raise my glass too. We clank them both together. Cheers.
Cheers.
Tools. No? Just me? Oh, yay. She chuckles and takes a sip. I cringe and say a prayer for my health. Unlike Marina, I take a couple big gulps. Not because I don't like it, but because I just want to finish it and end my suffering. Seriously, the scrap tastes like cleaning solution that was fermented with a rotting candy cane.
Oh, makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. Is all alcohol like this?
Varying degrees of terrible, pretty much. Some of it is better than others.
Actually, I kind of like it.
You're kidding.
I mean, sure, the first few sips are blah. Really blah. But then you're all relaxed and it starts tasting like Christmas.
Oh no. Marina is a wine cooler drunk. No, Marina. And Amber is absolutely like aged whiskey drunk. I decide to just let her enjoy it and not tease her about it. The fact that she can actually enjoy it probably makes it more grown up than me anyway. In fact, Marina might be the more mature of us, period. Every day she surprises me more and more. Oh wait, it's kind of sad. She's never going to be that same sheltered Marina from when we first met. And when I look at her now with her hair down, draped over her shoulders and holding that glass, I start to think that maybe she never really was. Maybe I'm finally starting to see the real Marina. Maybe I'm finally loving the real one too. We're both a few years older. Maybe we can start expanding our palettes. But for now, this is still a crime, and you're still a criminal.
You know what that makes you then, right?
What's that?
The closest relation there is. You're my accomplice.
Oh, you made it other side picnic gay. Yo! I see you there. The most intimate relationship two people can have.
Yeah.
You make us sound cooler than we actually are. Like we go out there and fight like weird horror stuff. I can't word, I'm drunk.
I see.
I can pretend to be the cynic, but that's not going to keep my heart from fluttering when she says stuff like that.
Forget about Bonnie and Clyde. We are Bonnie and Bonnie, two star-crossed outlaws on the run.
On the run, huh? The words slip out of me as I echo them back to her. We both stare out the window into the glittering streets of Vegas. Neon floods the streets from every corner, but if you look beyond that into the dark, you can make out the glowing silhouettes of the desert and its jagged mountains. Where are we running to next, then? Marina looks down, considering this. I mull it over, too. It's strange not having anything to run from, only towards. Finally, Marina looks up.
I don't think it matters.
She nuzzles herself closer to me. She smiles, turning from the window to gaze at me instead.
As long as I'm with you, I'm exactly where I want to be.
Gay!
Good game.
Yeah, that was so good! Oh, man. I had such a great time with this. I'm so glad we played that.
Yeah, I'm glad we came back for the DLC.
Yeah, you know what? I think I like the DLC story more than I do the base game.
Yeah?
The base game is fun and like this adventure story thing, and like it's good because like I love it with just gays doing things, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like this one had a lot more weight to it. And I really appreciate that.
What I have loved about this is that it's a romance that doesn't make everything cute and perfect.
Yeah.
Everybody is deeply fucking flawed, but they're doing their best to get through it together.
Exactly.
And they do. And that's wonderful.
It's about normal fucking people trying to work around their things because they want to be better for each other.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. The other one I played of theirs was also very similar to that, where it's Heart of the Woods.
Yeah?
Yeah, which I want to play with you at some point.
Yeah, let's.
Because it has that same feeling of like flawed people trying to make the best of their circumstances and trying to be better for the people they love. I'm so glad we finally got around to playing a Studio Elan game on the channel.
Yeah,
because
me too.
This has been exactly the kind of shit I am all about.
I've been meaning to play this since before it came out and never got around to it, so I'm glad we did.
Yeah, me too. Oh man, we're gonna space them out because I don't want to get too much of a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it made sense to come back and do the DLC pretty quickly.
Oh yeah.
In the future, I think you can expect us to play their other games at some point or another.
You heard it here first. We're doing Heart of the Woods. It's a promise.
I really want to.
Yeah.
Actually, at some point. And I have an idea of how we might do it that I want to go run by you, but I don't want to commit to it on the channel where people will hear about it.
Okay.
Just in case it doesn't work out. Thank you to everyone on Patreon, including Halo Farm.
I wonder if I'm going to recognize anyone from the patrons.
Oh, actually, you know what? You might. Huh. I don't recognize any of them offhand, but you'd probably know more than I would.
Just so everyone knows, that Vivian is not me. That's a different Vivian. I sadly was not a Studio Elan patron.
Shout out to Neko Ninja 13.
Oh, hey, is the fighting doll here going to be the same fighting doll we know? Oh, hey, Victoria Dominovsky, isn't that didn't she develop?
Yes, yes, she did.
The good game. I forgot
Secret
the
Little
title.
Haven?
Secret Little Haven.
Holy shit.
I knew I was going to recognize people.
Some of these people. That's so great. Holy shit. That's fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
Hope we didn't miss anyone else in there that we recognized because they were going too fast for me to read them all, but that's kind of awesome. Thank you for playing. Thank you for making such a great game. You know what? I would have killed to have a game like this when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
Just really, it makes me realize how much I've been yearning for just like some really good. Because I like sci-fi, fantasy, action, adventure stuff, you know. But I like gay shit. And for a long time, the most gay shit you could find was gay shit that was all about the misery of being gay.
Yeah.
Even stuff like, as much as I love stuff like Buffy and, you know, a lot of that came down to the misery of being gay.
Mm.
And Xena couldn't even admit it was gay.
All right,
Can
what's
we look
in the
at those?
extras?
Yeah, can we look at those?
Is there fresh Marina thoughts? There are.
These aren't them, though.
Some of them are.
Oh, some of them are. How are we supposed to tell which ones are new?
Probably the ones toward the bottom. Because it looks like it starts at...
With the phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Amber's phone. My big sister used to have a phone like this. I remember being so jealous, but looking at it now, it sort of looks like a toy. Marina's phone. I got this after me and Amber went to the music festival. My dad would flip if he knew this, but I'm kinda glad Mariah sold my old phone. I dropped it in the bathtub so many times. Silent auction sheet. Somehow, I ended up losing another battle to Mariah in Las Vegas. At least this time, the real winner is Tess. Dog tags. I wonder why Joe wears these all the time. He stopped wearing them recently, though. Peppermint wine. Cursed? Totally an acquired taste, but not as bad as it sounds. Hopefully next time we can share a glass with Cassie. Rice Krispies. Amber's alien looks so dorky, but I love it because it reminds me of her. Cassie's looks so much nicer than mine, though. Tess's phone. Well, I guess it's Mariah's phone, but I'm pretty sure Tess uses it more. Kinda surprised it doesn't have more cracks in it. The wallpaper was definitely Tess's choice. I wonder if she made it herself, because I can't think of anyone else who wants this. Dessert volcano. The Rainforest Cafe was awesome, and sharing a dessert with Amber was the best part. I already know where I want to go for our anniversary. License plate. This is the license plate Mariah picked up for Tess during the convention. Amber doesn't believe me, but I think Mariah is a really thoughtful person. Developer note. This is an old version of the Alaska license plate. Originally it was Delaware, then Alaska, and finally, Kansas. Mariah has a line saying, Kansas is a place so far away it may not even be real, which was written when it was Alaska. It was funnier to leave the writing untouched.
Yeah, that is actually funnier.
Yeah.
Kansas is so far away, it might not even be real. You've driven through there several times. And we've seen all the art and stuff already.
Are there new ones?
Let me check. I don't think so. No. Okay.
Okay.
That was a great time, though.
Yeah.
Thank you all for watching this with us, and I hope you had a good time.
I sure did.
Yeah, I really think that it's good to make time on the channel for games like this now and then that are as much as I love playing like very high concept stuff, it can be a little bit draining, you know. So sometimes it's nice to have a thing that's just about people trying to be people.
And is instead emotionally draining.
Emotionally draining.
But then healing. But then healing. It gets there.
Exactly.